Hey guys, it's time for a little story time. For those who don't want to hear a story, sorry, go away. But for those who do, please stick around. I got a really bizarre story that I need to tell you. Um, it's also something of a Game On rant. Now, if you don't know what Game On is a used game store at the mall, similar to GameStop, except I used to go there to buy games 24/7. I will not make this like my GameStop rant because in my GameStop rant I was being immature and I was overly swearing. Two things I refuse to do anymore. All right, now this is one of the main reasons. Now this is a reason why I don't uh, shop for used games at Game On anymore. At least not discs. Cartridges, that's okay. If I want to buy a cartridge, I'm going to go to Game On. If I want to buy a disc, I'll go to GameStop. And my GameStop actually has pretty good service. They've been getting better. Anyway, subject matter, Game 1. Game 2. Both of these are GameStop purchases. Previously, they were Game On purchases. I had bought these games specifically for the purpose of having fun, because that's what games are for. And I bought these games because I'd been looking for them. I wanted this game because it was from my childhood, and I wanted this game because I have the sequel, which is also on PS2. Here I have the games, finally, and they are both fully functional. Now, these are the GameStop purchases. When I bought them from Game On, bizarrely, they weren't fully functional. Which means about a couple of years ago, I go to Game On. I buy this game. And I take it out. When I get home, I take it out, take the disc out, put it in the PS2, which is over there. And it wouldn't start. It wouldn't start. This game wouldn't start. I'm not kidding. A couple years later, I decided I want this game because I had seen it at Game On. So, what do? I purchase it next day. I go home, take it out of the case, like so, if it'll let me right now. I take it out of the case, put it in the PS2. Guess what happened? You guessed it. Repeat and rehash. Yeah. I had bought defective games. Bizarrely, the games weren't scratched. They weren't tainted. They had no fingerprints. They were fine and pristine, and they worked magnificently. But they still wouldn't start on the PS2. I thought something paranormal was at work here, and I was freaking out and pulling my hair out. I was like, ah! And it's such a shame too, because I was looking for these games. These games right here, I was looking for them. Oh, beg your pardon. Anyway, So, a couple of years later, it's my 19th birthday. I go to GameStop because by that time I had bought a ton of games that are for PS2 at GameStop, and they aren't functional. I mean, Game On, not GameStop. All right, they are not fully functional. So I go down to Game. Let me start over. I bought 3 or 4 games from Game On, and they were perfect. They weren't scratched. They didn't have fingerprints. They weren't tainted. They looked pristine. None of them worked. None of those, aside from a few. So, well, you know what I mean. Anyway, so I go to GameStop. I was like, I'll never come across another copy of War of the Monsters, and look at that. Yeah. And so I go to GameStop about a year later after I get another paycheck from my job, and guess what else I find? I was like, okay, I'll get that. And I said in my mind, if the same thing happens, I swear. Now, luckily it didn't. And I got 2 fully functional games here. And few little marks there, but they're not scratches. And this one has a little scratch on it, but it's barely noticeable. Yeah, so that's one of the reasons. That is the main reason why I don't shop for discs at Game On anymore, because really I'm too afraid I'll get the same side effects that I did with these 2 here. If I want to go for a disc game, I'll go to GameStop. If I want to go to a cartridge game, I'll go to Game On. And, well, you're probably saying, well, Mitchell, back when you were Koopa Wolf 92, you made your very first video was a very immature rant on GameStop. Well, that's the point. It's a very immature rant on GameStop, and it should never be watched by any of you. My GameStop is actually pretty awesome, aside from the fact that they put stickers all over their sticking games, and you can barely see the title sometimes. That used to annoy me, doesn't anymore. I was being immature in that video. Do not watch it. I swear. Do not watch that video. I'm being really immature in that video. Don't watch it. In fact, my very first video on this new channel was a video saying how that video was stupid and things like that, and I've matured, okay? Okay. And somebody actually did leave a comment on that video and say I was being simply immature by ranting on stickers on the cartridge, on the case, and just saying F after every word. So, yeah. That's why I've abandoned that channel for good. I can't even get back onto it and delete that video because I forgot my password. But yeah. I forgot my password to that other channel, but yeah. Anyway, getting back on subject. That's the main reason why I don't go to Game On for disc games. I go to GameStop for disc games. And when it comes to disc games, Game On You disappointed me. I can't trust you with selling me disc games anymore. And no, they're not illegal, so don't ask. But cartridges, I don't know. I guess I don't have to worry about those getting scratched up because, well, they're cartridges. But that is really bizarre. I thought some kind of paranormal activity was at work there because I do believe in ghosts, no matter how immature you think I might be. Anyway, yeah, that's my bizarre little story and my semi-rant. By the way, these games, I highly recommend both of them, especially if you're a Sonic fan and if you like giant monsters. Anyway, this is Koopa Wolf, and I'm signing off. Take care of each other, and have a good day. Bye.